हाय एवरीवन, माय नेम इज अभिमन्यु कुमार। आज आप लोगों को मैं फूड वेयर डज इट कम फ्रॉम, दिस इज अ चैप्टर व्हिच इज टेकन फ्रॉम क्लास 6. आई एम गोइंग टू टीच यू टुडे. सो लेट मी इंट्रोड्यूस यू टू द synopsis. So the synopsis are food means आज हम लोग क्या क्या पढ़ेंगे. First is the food and their ingredient. Then later we will study about food material and sources, that is the plant and animal. Then plant parts and animal product are food. Then we will read about sprouts and nectar. What do animal eat? We will study this, and there we will categorize into carnivores, carnivores and omnivores. So let me introduce you first. What is food? At first, let me ask you a question. What did you eat today? What did you eat today? What did your friend eat today? Are both same? If same even, then what you ate today and what did you eat yesterday, are these similar? It may be vary for different one. So if we talk about the food, there are varieties, and what we eat are food. What we eat are food, and the different food we eat are varieties. मीन्स जो हम लोग अलग अलग खाना खा रहे हैं वो वैरायटी है, और जो खाना खा रहे हैं मीन्स जो खा रहे हैं दैट आर फूड. बट एवरीथिंग कांट बी फूड. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टेक अ mushroom is a food, but the poisonous mushroom is not a food. That is everything what we see and what everything that we get from plant is not food. Later we will discuss this. So what are the varieties? So here at first we will study about variety of food. So if you consider a rice, a cooked rice, whereas a chapati, cooked rice is made from paddy, that is the rice, hot water, whereas chapati is made from wheat. So what we see here, हम लोग यहाँ क्या देखते हैं, that is the wheat, paddy, that is the rice, then hot water. These all different things are ingredient. ये सब ingredient है. Means राइस बनाने में हम लोगों को चावल यूज होता है, गर्म पानी यूज होता है. चपाती बनाने के लिए wheat यूज होता है. Even the water is used. So what we use? This paddy, wheat and hot water, these are ingredient. Ingredient means we call it in Hindi samagri. That is for the preparation of dal. I haven't prepared this, but let me introduce you dal. Dal is made from dal. Then even we use salt, then spices. So this spices, salt and the raw dal, these all are categorized under ingredient. So at first let me give you what is food. The thing we eat are food, and the food are made from different substances, and that substances are known as ingredient. So we can write about ingredient. The food, the variety of food made from different substances are known as ingredient. कहने का मतलब है कि एक खाना कोई भी, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आई टेक here I took boiled rice, or simply you can say cooked rice. मतलब मेरा कहने का मतलब है कि boiled rice और cooked rice, these are made up of, this variety of foods are made up of different substances. These different substances are known as ingredient. That is boiled rice. If we take boiled rice, So what is boiled rice made up of? Boiled rice is made up of raw raw rice, hot paddy, even hot water. So this substances is known as ingredient. So here we completed that what is food and what is ingredient. Now we will talk about what is food material sources. Where does we get the food material? So we will categorize it under animal and plant. So here food material. The food material, that is the ingredient, as already I mentioned, that is the ingredient. So here what is food material and their sources. Sources means ये जो food material है इसका source कहाँ से? Source means ये आता कहाँ से? So on the basis of the sources, the ingredient on the basis of the sources having classified as plant based and animal based. So let us talk about what is plant based sources. So if you talk about plant based sources, the paddy means rice, then wheat, the dal, and even spices. The spices which consist of turmeric, chilies. So these are the spices. So spices, the plant based product means the plant based sources. What we eat is either a plant based source or an animal based source. So यहाँ पे हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि the food material which we use is the ingredient. The ingredient is made up of certain sources or it is derived from certain sources. The sources can either be a plant based sources or it can be animal based sources. So if you talk about plant based sources, so plant based sources what we get as the paddy, rice. The paddy and the rice are similar. That is both are same. Then the wheat, then dal, spices. You can consider even mustard. We use mustard leaf even for the cooking, and even we extract juices to make oil. That is, we make it as a oil. The mustard oil we use it. Now we talk about animal based. So animal based sources. The animal based sources as we eat meat, even the dairy products. The dairy products are categorized under the animal based. Egg, fish. So this, and even the people. So on the basis of the sources, we are even divided on habit. So based on the basis of this, whatever the people eat, the plant based are known as vegetarian. That is vegetarian. So vegetarian, veg means vegetable. So vegetable, it is derived from plant. So plant based product, the organism which we eat, plant based product are known as vegetarian, whereas the animal or whereas the organism which eat animal based product are known as non-vegetarian. So let me clean this and I will make you write the definition. So food material, which we call it the ingredient. जो फूड मटेरियल है हम उसको इंग्रेडिएंट सामग्री भी कहते हैं. The samadhi or the food material ingredient on the basis of their sources. Sources means जहां से वो आया. It is of two type. Plant based sources and another is animal based sources. So plant based sources, as already I discussed, the organism which eat plant based sources are known as vegetarian. So vegetarian organism, vegetarian वैसे organisms हो गए जो कि सिर्फ plant based product खाते हो, we call it as vegetarian. So vegetarian organism which eat plant-based product are known as vegetative. Now we will consider animal-based sources. So as already mentioned, as already discussed, that the organism which eat animal-based product, so we call it non-vegetarian. So non-vegetarian is the organism which eat animal-based product are known as non-vegetarian. अब एक क्वेश्चन आप लोग के दिमाग में आ रहा होगा कि the organism which eat both plant and animal are known as, so we will categorize it as under omnivores. So we will discuss this under this section. What do animal eat? So here the organism which are vegetarian are considered as under the herbivores, then non-vegetarian are considered for carnivores and omnivores for. But this vegetarian and non-vegetarian, this purposely is used for human being. This is purposely being used for human beings. If you want to copy, you can copy. Okay. Now the third synopsis, as already said, this is a plant part and animal product are food. So plant part and animal products are food. As already mentioned, plant parts and animal product are food. So plant part, just see this. Let us consider this as soil. This as soil. This terminate as flower. And this is bird, not that bird, it is a different bird. What you call it in Hindi is means the flower, the bird, it forms from the flower forms from the bird only. At first it forms bird, then it forms flower. Now these are the leaves, this is the stem, this is the node, this is node, and this is even a node. If you say this is also a node, but the distance between the two nodes is known as internode. Internode, inter means between. So between the node are known as internode. So, and this are the root. I have drawn this as a fibrous root. This as a fibrous root. Just let us consider this as a fibrous root. So this is the shoot. So with the name shoot, it is derived as shoot system. With the root, it is derived as root system. So morphologically means on the basis of the outer structure. So morphologically we can define a flower. Means we can divide a flower system. This whole is a flower system. This whole is a flower system. This whole is a flower system. So this flower system can be divided into two systems. One is the shoot system, another is the root system. So how to differentiate between shoot system? If you can even do this as an experiment. Just go and pluck a grass flower. So what you will see that the part which was under the soil is considered as the root system, and the part which is above the soil is considered as the shoot system. So what are the basic structure we will see in the shoot system? So the basic structures are the flower, then the birds, the leaves, the nodes, the internodes, and and what we will see in the soil, the regions which are suppressed under the soil are the root. So we divide this whole flower system into two parts. One is the shoot system, another is the root system. Now as already said, plant parts. So I describe the plant parts. Now animal product are four. So plant parts we will discuss here in this section, that carnivores and herbivores. So herbivores, we will consider plants as under the herbivores, and in the carnivores, not in the carnivores, in the omnivores, we will see that the organism eat even plant. So organism, even in the herbivores, animal eat plant. Okay, so in herbivores and in the omnivores, what we will see that the organisms eat plant. So what are the part being eaten by the plant? So what we will see here is that this part, this flower, it acts as a reproductive part, while the leaves part is being used for the herbivores, even for the, as I already told about the mustard. Example, if you can write somewhere, let me write it. So mustard, example, mustard. So this is the this mustard plant. As already I told you, we can use this leaf, this plant's leaf, and even for this plant for the oil purpose. So we are using this oil as a cooking oil, and the leaves are being eaten even in the form of what you say. We cook it and then we eat it. So mustard leaves and the oil. So similarly, the herbivores include the organisms which eat only plants. So herbivores include the cow, then even buffaloes. So all the cattle which we consider. So all the cattle, what they eat the leaves. So the leaves. So the different part which we can use, which the animal can use for the food purpose are leaves. The leaves can be used. And there are different parts. Even we organism use the root part. What you say is the sweet potato, dalia, DHL. It is like this, something like this. The flower is like this. So we use it. Sweet potato. So different the flower, this root modifies to form different flower. The sweet potato, then dalia, etc. So this flower we even use the root. Similarly for the shoot we use the potato. That is the shoot modified plant. So we use even potato. So there are different the different part of the plant is being used by animal as a food. Now we will talk about the sprouts and the nectar. If you want to write, you can. Note this. So here we discuss about sprout and nectars. 1.4. Sprouts and nectar. Sprouts किसे कहते हैं और nectar किसे कहते हैं? Do an experiment. Take the chana seed. You take it. एक चना सीड है ना, not एक. You have to take it in a bulk. And what you do, just soak in the water. And after soaking, what you will see, if suppose this is a chana flower, not a flower, sorry, it is a chana seed. Later, what you will see, this white spot has come over this. एक चना को लो, soak it in the water, and later what you will see that a white spot has come. This white एक white कलर का कुछ इस पे निकलेगा, and that white part which has arose from the that particular chana seed is a sprout. It's the sprout. So we call this not only for the chana, we can even take the moong dal. If you soak it in the water, it will even give some sprouts. So what we call this type of seeds as sprouted sprouted seed, as sprouted seeds. Now let us consider nectar. Have you seen beehives? The beehives, the hives are like that. It is so large with what do you say? The beehives. Beehives. The hives being guarded by bee. What you say in Hindi is madhumaki ka chhatta. So what we get is a juicy material. The juicy material we call it as honey. Okay, we call it as honey. The juicy material which we get from the beehive is honey. Just think this juicy material. How does it is formed? How does this honey, this particular honey, ये honey जो होता है, ये कहाँ से इसका formation होता है? How does it forms? So here we will study how the formation of nectar take place. Means how the formation of honey take place with the help of nectar. Just think of a flower. The flower has juicy materials. The juicy material, which we call it the nectar. The nectar they take the nectar from they have a certain bucket-like structure on their hind leg, and with that structure they take the nectar, and that nectar is being used in the preparation of a juicy material which we like very much as the honey. So this is the honey. कहने का मतलब है कि the nectar is a juicy material which is present on the flower. ये juicy material होता है जो flower पे रहता है, और ये जो मधुमक्खी होता है, means the beehives, they have a bucket-like structure on their hind leg. उनके पीछे पैर में एक bucket-like structure होता है. With that they take the juicy material nectar, and later this is used by the bees in the preparation of honey. Okay. This is the last topic. What do animals eat? This particular sentence means to say what does we are even considered as even human beings. Human beings are considered as animals. Okay. So the question here has been asked: what do animals eat? जानवर क्या खाते हैं? So what happens? On the basis of the what animal eat, क्या खाते हैं, animals have been categorized into three categories. They have been categorized into three categories. The first category is herbivores. Another one is the carnivores. Then another is omnivores. Now this carnivores and this omnivores. So herbivores are the animals which eat only plant or plant product. Not plant product, but if you want to, you can write plant product are known as herbivores. So examples can be you can write any cattle. So let me write specifically the cow, the buffaloes, the goat, and etc. Now, what are carnivorous animals? So, what are carnivorous animals? So, carnivores are opposite to this herbivores. Herbivores eat only plant or plant product. but the carnivores are the animals. They are the animals which eat animal or which eat animals. So the carnivores are the animals which eat only animals. So the examples are lion, the tiger, and then another wild animal. If you can write, you can write. Now what is omnivores? Omnivores are the animals which eat both animals and the plant. So both animals and plant are being ate by omnivores. So omnivores are the animals which eat both plant and animals. So the animals which eat both plant and animals are known as omnivores. So the example includes bear. It includes bear, human beings, and etc. कहने का मतलब कि हार्बिवोर्स एनिमल्स वैसे एनिमल्स होते हैं जो कि प्लांट और प्लांट प्रोडक्ट खाएं, और कार्निवोर्स वैसे एनिमल्स होते हैं जो कि एनिमल्स को ही खाएं. फॉर एग्जांपल द लायन एंड द टाइगर्स व्हाट वी कंसीडर अंडर द वाइल्ड एनिमल्स. So wild animals, and for this we consider it as the domestic animals. Now what is omnivores? Omnivores are the animals which eat both plant and animals are known as omnivores. The example includes bear, human beings, and etc. So here we conclude the chapter. So we studied about food, their ingredient, then we studied about food material, the sources. The sources are plant and animals. Then the plant parts which are being used not by only us, even by the other animals, the sprouts, the nectars, and later we categorize that on the basis of what the animal eat as herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Thank you. All the best.